Every summer, Cleveland Indian fans jam the ballpark to see the Tribe take on the arch-rival Yankees. This weekend's games have more meaning than in years past, as the Tribe sits only 3 games out of first place behind the Yanks. Sports Director Nev Chandler is at the stadium now to talk more about this with a very special guest. Nev?
Right you are, Roy. Dave Winfield is certainly special indeed. He's having a banner season right now. Dave leading the American League in hitting at this moment, leading in RBIs. You're like a fine bottle of wine. You get better with age. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing well, but most importantly, the team is doing fantastic, and I can appreciate that. That makes it fun.
Big series this weekend with the Indians. The fans will turn out in full force. That's something you haven't often seen here in Cleveland. Yeah. I would imagine as a visiting ball player you get pumped up.
Well, that's true. Well, you know, they always look for the Yankees. You know, they got the Yankee, bust the Yankee hankies and the hats and all that. And they always come out to see us. But this is a big series. Cleveland has done well this year. They may be struggling at the moment, but they're a good team. And we've been looking for each other. We don't have to look any further. We're going head-to-head, toe-to-toe. So come on out and watch it.
Speaking of going head-to-head and toe-to-toe, Dave, you chronicle a lot of that in your book. We'll get the plug in. The book, Winfield, A Player's Life with Dave Winfield, is now on the newsstands around the country. And of course, I think it's been well publicized, Dave, that you and Yankees owner George Steinbrenner have had your differences. Have things been smoothed over at all, or is it still pretty much the same?
No, it's pretty much the same, but I try not to focus on it. He's not a central figure by any means in my life story, but he's mentioned, and that's where you heard all the big uproar. But since then, people have read it. They understand it's a good piece of literature. It's been on bestseller lists and Book of the Month Club and all that. And I appreciate people responding the way they did, and I'm happy to have told the story about myself for a guy who's still playing.
Of course, there was talk in spring training that the Yankees were trying to trade you, and you being a 10-5 man in the major leagues have the option of vetoing a trade. You're still with the Yankees and obviously having fun being in New York. Oh, yeah. I don't think you want to be traded.
No, I don't. We have a great team, good bunch of guys. I give our owner credit for that. He put together a great bunch of people. It's a pleasure to play with them. So there's no sense in running from that situation.
Dave, not too many athletes can withstand the so-called Bronx Zoo. You're always under the microscope. The New York media is overwhelming at times. You're one of the survivors. How have you been able to deal with that?
Well, it would take a whole show on how you do it. It's definitely not easy, and it's cumulative, you know, the effects. But overall, I'm still sane, and I'm still happy, and I'm still playing good ball.
It's still fun, I take it, because you have that twinkle in your eyes. You appear to really be enjoying yourself right now.
Yeah, it's fun when you win and you do well. Not everybody does that now, mind you, but right now that's happening for me, and I couldn't be more pleased.
How much of an impact has Billy Martin made on his return to the Yankees this year?
I think he's made his impact. Let's just say he's the best man for the job right now. We have a great team. He's a field general. We respect him, and believe me, it's a soap opera every day. But we'll withstand it.
But isn't it a soap opera perhaps revolving around Billy and maybe not so much the players? And to some degree, maybe Billy focuses the attention more on himself and you don't have to be distracted that way.
Well, that's true. It's mostly on probably Billy, the owner, and myself. And then the rest of the team kind of comes into play. But overall, we're still hanging together. We're still in first place, albeit we've been hurt, we've been battered. We're still in first place, playing well, and looking forward to the next part of the season.
Of course, I think George Steinbrenner, as most people know, is a native Clevelander. He'll be here tonight. Dave, do you think he's focused a lot of attention on you unfairly because the Yankees have not been in a World Series in the 80s, and he always compares you to Reggie Jackson? I think that's an unfair comparison.
It's not only unfair. I don't really focus. No sense in wasting my attention trying to say, well, this is not true, that's not true. My record speaks for itself. People appreciate me in the community for the work with the kids, positive stance on drugs. I go on and on and on. And plus, I'm playing good ball, so you can't kick about that. And probably the most successful free agent in this decade, so he got no complaints.
An average Dave Winfield season is about a .286 batting average, 26 or 27 home runs, and 100-plus RBIs. Not too shabby. Can you keep it up?
Oh, of course, of course. Put it this way, who else can do it? Can I keep it up? I've done it for 15 years, but who else can do it?
Dave, when you take a look now at the month of June, you go head-to-head with the Indians in 7 of the next 10 games. Is this when certain things start to be decided now in a pennant race?
No, not at all. It's good for people's you know, ego, and it's good for attendance, and it's good for all of that. But I think the ball players, Cleveland and New York at this point, they aren't going to hype this series that much, but they know it's important. It's kind of like we're sparring with each other, see who's really made of something. testing each other's mettle. But we know we have a long way to go. Stay healthy, and we'll see what happens.
Dave, thanks for being with us. To quote another New Yorker, Howard Cosell, you've been a credit to the game, and may you continue to be so.
Thank you.
Good luck with the plug.
All right, thanks.
Okay, Roy and Wilma, Dave Winfield, one of the all-time greats in baseball, and the Indians and Yankees get it on tonight here at the stadium.
All right, Howard. Thank you very, very much.